At this point, retroactively, she should be called a Kamen Rider now. Retroactively. I think she earned it at this point. You know, it's raining men, hallelujah. And all of them are beaten to a bloody pulp.
You know, I will say that even though officially Toei has not said anything about human tackle at all, nothing.
After 40 years,
I would imagine that anything that the mangaka did would have to go through them because, again, it's their IP, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we know that Tackle technically was in the O's 40th anniversary special. Even though we didn't see her, we did see her bike in the emblem of after defeating the great grand leader. So she was there. We have had a few actual variations of her throughout the Heisei and Reiwa era,
including a certain decade movie that we're going to have a lot of fun discussing.
And to me, I'm like, well, yeah, you guys had so many chances of actually, solidifying Tackle as, a rider, enough of the bullshit that Kamen Rider can only be guys. I mean, we have seen multiple lady riders, starting off with Siren in Ryuki and Femme, Femme, and then it continuing on with we've had Kivala, we've had Nadeshko, we've had we've had many in Gaim and then Drive and X8 and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, but what about the lady? What about our original lady? She was never considered one or never brought up.
Yeah.
Until technically today, because she won.
Yeah.
He literally won.
She totally did it. In case you haven't figured out what we're talking about Tojima Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider. Episode 11. Tackle is the strongest. And as the title implies, we kind of knew who's going to win before they even won.
Yeah, so okay, production wise, Toei Company is listed. Elden Films is obviously making Ishida Productions. Amniplex is also involved in this. Basically, so maybe this is Toei's way of actually now solidifying, we haven't really gotten around to doing that now, have we? Because again, in most stories, it's like I don't know why the female characters never really get a moment to shine among the main cast. It's like you ever just notice that if there was ever either a confrontation or something that they were involved, it's always the main character or someone of the main party of the males that always get the final punch or the final attack.
Well, yeah.
The girl character gets in a powerful technique. It wasn't powerful enough. It was barely enough, but just that little bit, that little bit, like that 1%.
Yeah, soften the pickle jar.
And then here comes the guy and just a punch or a kick or whatever and just obliterates them. I'm like, why couldn't we have her do it? Many times in many situations, I'm like, that would have killed somebody, and yet we have to have the main character do it because it just is.
Gotta sell the toys to the boys.
That kind of, I mean, okay, fine, but it's like, bro, she did all the work. She did, we're getting that a lot now. A lot of female characters nowadays are actually now taking on a lot of combatants, men or women, and actually showing what they got.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people commented me and said, "Do you think that Yuriko, like, she just goes to the gym? She just like, we see Tojima breaking trees and fighting bears," and I'm like, "That's true." But again, what state of mind is Tojima in when
he does
doing
that?
Because like the last time we saw, he had the mask on.
Yeah, and like he needed the Matsuri mask, these $5 Matsuri mask for life support.
And I'm like, okay, so if you took away the Matsuri mask, would he still be able to rip through a 1,000-year-old tree? Would he still be able to fight the bear? I mean, we saw
technically yes, but also no, because the opportunity to wear the mask is what like motivates him to do it.
Like, I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, okay. So is it that whole thing where you're like, again, like we saw in this episode, so if the mask is removed, then you're not so and so. Is that what we're trying to say? Is like that whole gimmick, that whole nonsense? Like, what, like if we were to take Superman's cape, he's no longer Superman.
I mean, that would apply to Doctor Strange to a certain degree.
If we were to take away the cowl from Batman, he wouldn't be Batman, which we have proven multiple times that that's not true. Spider-Man lost his
for Joker, that would be true because to him, it's not about.
No, but I mean, like his ability to do it themselves. Like if we were to take away,
no, you're right.
Spider-Man's like complete outfit, would he still be Spider-Man? He would still be Spider-Man. It would. I mean, yeah, it's Peter Parker, but he wouldn't stop doing what he was doing. It's not like there's a like Jim Carrey's The Mask, where there's two different egos that come out. Like, okay, once I put the costume on, I'm Spidey. I'm the Kamen Rider. I'm like, we've even seen that in Sentai where, many heroes, their helmets have been cracked or broken or ripped off of them.
Heck, that was the movie poster for Kamen Rider the Next.
Yeah, and it's like, did they stop being the hero? Did they just snap out of the dilemma that they were in and go back to their regular civilian persona? No. I'm like, because again, yeah, in the last episode, she did get her helmet cracked and it did fall off, but she put it back on. Which kind of made me
I think it's more like it's okay if it's battle damage, but it's not okay if you take it off on purpose.
We'll like willingly remove it.
Yeah.
Which technically I'm like, there was no strap. So I mean, is it technically like an illegal maneuver? Because there's technically no.
Apparently, in Star Wars, it is. Where like you take your turn your saber off and then go through your opponent's saber and then turn it back on.
That I did.
Apparently, it's a move so illegal that both Jedi and Sith are against using it.
Which I'm like, the Sith are against such tactics. I'm like, yeah. I guess you're right, and again, I'm not saying that they're all completely warped or without honor, but it's like, are we talking about Old Republic Sith, or are we talking about like Palpatine and his whole ragtag of miscreants that he had? Because I don't believe a minute.
They were never specific, which is why I'm like, I would understand if the Old Republic Sith were against
the Old
it,
Republic, we kind of understand that, like the honor and the pride of battle, obviously. But nowadays, I'm like, no. That would be something that I would imagine, like, that Ben Solo would do, or even Darth Maul would have done.
I mean, Ben Solo kind of did that.
Dooku, not so much because he was already old. He was already an old man, so he was already in his ways. So no, I wouldn't imagine. But anyone else, I'm like, no. Don't give me that. There's honor in the no. It's kind of the same thing even with a certain other franchise with shittier lightsabers. That if we dare speak of it, people might think we're in support of or whatever. Let's just go off and say like, yeah, they just use sticks. But I'm like, what
Harry
is
Potter?
Yeah, what is honestly like, again, what is honestly the whole like oh the death spell so yeah, it just kills you, but wouldn't like throwing a fireball or electricity at someone, wouldn't that also kill them?
Yeah, but
Like,
this particular spell is instant death.
Again,
but of course, it becomes stupid when you know that like freaking Expelliarmus could like hold on against it.
Yeah, but again, Expelliarmus like seriously like removes the wand from the user, and then you can use whatever fucking attack you want on them. Like, yeah, I'm like, don't give me this crap about like proper it's kind of like that whole thing about like like some kid or someone gets into a fight. And yeah, the kid might know some boxing moves, but again, you're in a fight outside. You're not in a ring. You're not in some arena or whatever. People be fighting like dirty bastards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like who would win in a fight between a grilled cheese sandwich and a taco? A grilled cheese sandwich, but only in a fair fight. If we play prison rules, it would be the taco. I know it sounds racist, but that is the objective answer.
It's like, there are no rules in combat. I mean, seriously, like, when you're down to the wire, it's like, you're not thinking about, oh, that's against the rules. No, dude. Especially in this moment, I'm like, someone asked me, like, don't you think it's kind of sexist that, there's just like 2 girls and 3 guys involved? How is it sexist? How is it sexist? I want to hear your explanation because obviously Eucharist is not really, I mean, bless her heart, she's not really much of, I don't even know what she is technically. She really does fall under the combatant stereotype of like, you guys are just fodder. You guys are just
like fodder. Honestly, let's be honest, she's the token second female.
Yeah.
See, she's not the token female, she's the token second female.
But when
like, how in Jew Ranger you had 4 guys, 1 girl, and then they obligatorily turned boy into Trini.
Yeah. And
don't get me wrong, Trini's a great character, but let's be honest. The reason there ever was a Trini, before they even wrote the character, before they made her someone worth caring about, her very existence is so that there would be a second girl.
Well, again,
but good job, writers and Twee, for making the character memorable.
And again, it was the 90s. We still had that whole thing about like pinks and yellows and soft colors, even though like years later, no one would care. Like, especially now when people are finding out that a majority of Yellow Rangers in their shows were actually guy characters, not girls. I'm like, well, now you understand why, the skirt was important, even though we don't really have much of a big body type when it comes down to being in the outfits, but that's why.
It's funny. What's really funny is how the last 4 seasons of the Saban era, aka like 4 of the best seasons of all time, were just back-to-back seasons of male yellow Sentai character turned into a girl. Ginga Man, Go-Go 5, Time Ranger, Gao Ranger.
Yeah, they were all females. All female in America.
Changed into females, yes.
Changed into females, yeah. They were all.
Then Hurricane versus Ninja Storm. It's like we had an already male Yellow Ranger and would translate into an actual male Yellow Ranger. The second time we've ever seen it.
Well, how could you have? I mean, well, that's the thing. How could you have, like, especially knowing the source material, how could you have changed, like Hurricane Yellow to be a girl? Like,
especially when Hurricane Blue is already in a skirt,
and it's already very femme looking. So it's like, again, like, I know, the first ever male Yellow in America was not Dustin. It was the Equation.
Titus.
It was Titus. So it's like, that right there. But again, the first ever like mainstream, like, we had for an entire whole season was Dustin, and you couldn't get around that. Like, at that point, you're like, again, Disney was like, no. And again, it says, as lazy as you think they are, they actually took and made it different so much that Japan even recognized it and started dubbing, like, the Power Rangers from the Disney era into Japanese.
Yep.
Even using some of the same Sentai actors for it too.
Yeah.
So watching Hurricane Ranger, Aba Ranger, Deca Ranger, Maji Ranger, like, those were all.
I'm curious who did the Japanese voice of Kelsey, Katie, and Taylor, because I know that for Maya they had Mega Yellow dub her voice, because
we'd have to look that up.
I know that for a fact that they brought back Mega Yellow to do the voice of Lost Galaxy Yellow. But I'm curious who did the voices of the other 3 female Yellow Rangers.
Who knows, honestly. But again, like, my point is that I do not see a one-sided fight here with Ruriko. I don't. I see a one-sided fight, just not in the way you would stereotype it be. I see 2 people in an arena, and again, this is a competition here. This is a fighting competition here. Like any other series where they have fighting competitions. Although a majority of the time it's all males, and when they do have females, it's kind of just like a joke. Again, Super being the big obvious one, with, like, you guys had female characters, but you pretty much used them as a gag. I even throw in both Broccoli and Kale into that one, because I'm like, yeah, but such potential, and especially who the hell they are.
Hold on.
I'm
Cauliflower, Broccoli, Kale. Oh my God! All the Saiyans from Universe 6 are named after Brassica.
Yeah,
watch. There's gonna be another. There's gonna be another Saiyan from Universe 6 named Arugula.
They're all based off of root vegetables and flour. And
no. Earth 7, Universe 7 are root vegetables, like Kakarot and Vegeta.
Yeah.
But here in Universe 6, they're all Brassica. Cauliflower, broccoli, kale, arugula.
Yeah, they're all technically, as we said, vegetables don't exist. They're like, vegetables are different things, and broccoli and cauliflower are actual edible flowers.
Yeah, let's look at other species of brassica, because, like, I'm trying to remember, like, all of them. Let's see. There's Chinese cabbage. There's some flower ones. Let's see. I hate it when you have to go to the actual websites. Very specific species of turnips. Brussels sprouts is also a member of the Brassica family. So there could be a Saiyan from Earth 6 named Brussels.
And it'd probably be a lady. Or probably be again, look at how they are. But my point is that, you know, compared to what Yuriko, she actually gave it her all. I'm also Kale and Broccoli too. I'm not saying no, but it's kind of like, yeah, compared to the main guy, not really a child. That's bullshit. That's garbage. Like, I know. Universe 6 and 7, totally different areas, but that's bullshit when you're telling me that this person is literally this person from this time, but so exact same strength, exact same power, exact same, yeah. And they couldn't even, yeah. That's garbage. That's trash, because if he had the problem with the guy version, why didn't he have the problem with the girl version? But yeah, no, I do not see anything wrong with this. Even though it's like, you know, yeah, again, you're in a competition. This is a fight battle. You cannot be like, oh, well, you got no. If we're throwing hands, dude, and you willingly, consensually got involved in this, you can't be pulling that card. That's not what this is about either. It's about showing your strength. And Ruriko here absolutely, completely dominated. Even like, again, she just got done fighting Tojima, the zombie weeb. You know, again, like, you know, as always, you know, pretty much the episode starts off with a montage of like what has happened. You know, like every single battle, every single fight, all the way down from last week, which is still one of the best. I think should be nominated as one of the top fighting scenes in 2025. You know, and here we go again. It's Mitsuba versus Yuriko, and it turned out exactly how I thought it would. I don't know what Tojima actually does. I mean, I look at also Inichi with what he does. They're more brawlers than anything, you know, how their fighting techniques are and whatnot. While Mitsuba and Ruriko are more on the defensive. But they still have their own like unique ways of fighting. Because if you're just fully defense, that ain't gonna do much, man. That's why I was like, yeah, no, why? Like, she's got him in a face lock. She's got him like blah blah blah, or he's about to use some type of like, you know, like momentum body slam that will knock her out. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. These people are more defensive fighters, that they use their opponent's momentum and strength against them. So obviously, it turned out. In the best way I can sum it up, it pretty much turned into an MMA fight. It turned into an actual grappler MMA fight, because not only like it's like a friend of mine said, like every time they watch MMA, it sounds like and parental discretion is advised, but this is exactly her wording. It sounds like two people, men or women, just having the most roughest, most like destructive sounding adult time ever. Like, it just sounds so wrong, but it's like ugh. And I'm like, that's probably the best way to describe it. Mostly because even Eucharis, our little token secondary girl, is not too happy about seeing her man, like, you know, being tumbled around by this obviously like very attractive woman, to the point that it seems almost like a scene from Rocky, where it's like you have like your woman screaming your name on the sidelines while you're getting your ass kicked on the inside. To the point that, yeah, we get into a headlock and then to a face lock. For those who don't know, that is pretty much like using your own body weight, your own central body weight, which is the sturdiest part of your entire body, and using that pressure and strength on someone's head and or neck. Which there can only be, that's why you see people when they do like sleeper holds or whatever, that's why they pass out. It's not the arm, it's the fact that you're not only using your arm to hold them up, it's also you're pressing them into your chest and holding your body so hard that it's literally suffocating them from both sides.
Hmm.
So what is Mitsuba gonna do? He's fucked if he doesn't get out of it. He does, which some people have criticized and said this is bullshit. He should have been disqualified. But I'm like, yeah, no. The same thing happened with Ruriko last episode. Also Tojima. So if we didn't disqualify them, we can't disqualify Mitsuba. But that was because of battle damage and the actual attacks. This was more along the lines of, yeah, he slipped out because he removed his helmet. I understand where people might say that can be a disqualification, but what, like we were saying earlier, what does it mean to be the hero? What does it mean to be this persona? Is it like once the costume is removed, you're not that person? Do you just cower in a fetal position in a fighting situation, in a battle situation, or do you keep fighting? Obviously, Mitsuba kind of feels like he says he wants to keep going, but I think it's just the shame of it. Because Ruriko doesn't really give him so much crap, but he himself is giving himself crap. Because you purposely got yourself out of there, but you removed your helmet at the same time. So technically, you are not the Rider Man. You are just some guy right now, by Ruriko's words. And I don't disagree, but I don't fully agree with that. Although, I guess just Mitsuba, because of who he is and him being the youngest, I think just kind of fell into that kind of denial and despair, how dare I, blah, blah, blah. And he winds up taking the full frontal attack to his face and to his body, which caused him to lose. But then again, we did have a little interference from his supposed wife. And then she got her ass kicked. Have you learned nothing from watching the WWF?
It was hilarious.
I mean, I was like, okay, you just saw your man get your ass kicked. I'm hoping that there is a fire lit in you, and we're going to see something from you. Maybe you do manage to knock Ruriko back or something. I don't know. No. Mid! It's kind of like those moments back in the early 2000s when someone would come down from the arena in the WWE or the WCW, and as the minute they get in, they just get the boot to the face. I'm like, what was the point of that? Yeah. And obviously, well, that's it. It's over. Ruriko wins. She declares her victory. She declares that she is the winner, which bravo to Ruriko for doing that. Although, again, I kind of saw this coming, and I wish that wasn't true. But the outcome...
Hold on. I only beat 3 out of 4 of you.
No, well, she still took out Eucharis. She ran interference.
I'm saying she took out Eucharis. She took out Tojima. She took out Rider Man. So there's one person missing.
Well, no, she did. See, because, again, I was like, don't you say it. Don't you fucking say it. Because if you become the simp in this show, you are useless. Because apparently Inichi decides to declare his love to Ruriko.
It's like, I get it, dude. You like strong women.
No. You know what? I am not the man that does bros over hoes or anything like that. I had a situation where someone actually did do that to me, and I yelled at them, and I actually took them back to go be with the girl. Because I was like, you have an opportunity, and you're saying, oh, well, bros over hoes. That is so I mean, I get, look, unless I'm dying on the side of the road, okay, that is possibly the only reason. But if you're going to tell me that you have a chance, if you got a chance, then you fucking take it. Don't, I'm fine. You go shoot your shot, God damn it. What the fuck are you worried about me for? But no, in this case, Ruriko actually lands the sweet chin music on Inichi after confessing his love. Fuck you. Fuck you. You don't, and I swear, if you become a fucking simp in this show, I am not like, I'm not a person that judges that type of thing. Fine, I'm not the ones that are like, oh, Mineta from My Hero or Sanji from One Piece or Master Roshi or whomever. Look, that's just their little quirk, as much as we would love to be beyond it. But if you're going to say that about guy characters, let's also say about the girl characters too. And did I throw shade at Ruriko from when she saw Mitsuba change? No, I actually supported it. Because again, men, women, fine, cool, whatever. Same sex, opposite sex. You're drooling, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Let me dab that away. You're drooling. I understand. But regardless, we win, and we cut to the other half of the episode, which now we focus on the Yakuza guys again.
Yeah, apparently they like the combat girls, which is clearly not a callback to the Rider girls.
Are the Kamen Rider girls still a thing? I mean, I know that
not to the best of my memory. I could check. Hold on.
I've seen, like, being on like YouTube Music or whatever, I find some of their albums, and some of them are like dated like maybe 5 or so years ago, maybe a couple years. I don't know. I mean, is the group, obviously it's not as what it used to be, but is it still somewhat going?
Well, apparently there are current members.
So it's
3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3, yeah.
Yeah, Kitomi Isaka, Chisato Akita, and Tomomi Sumi. No, that's 2 separate words, by the way. I'm guessing she might be like multi-ethnic. Let's see. Yep, Japanese Filipino. That explains it.
Ready.
And she's Glasses Girl from Gaiden 3.
Get ready for the scandals there, am I right?
Yeah, careful. You might end up in Hellheim.
Yeah, because again, like, I did know that, like, again, that the Kamen Rider girls obviously started in 2010, obviously, because we did see them do for the anniversary for Olds, and then continue on in Forza, and just like, because I'm like, well, are they still going? Because I find some of their music when I'm listening to whatever, and it's like, wait, that's Xaid, that's ZO. Are they still going?
Yeah, their most recent appearance was from that one episode of Gotchard where Nijigon just like runs away and whatnot. But like, honestly, I didn't know that they were the still currently active Riot Girls. I thought they were just like random AKB48 members who just used to be Rider Girls.
You stated that there's 3, and and then on most informational sites they talk about how like one was Kamen Rider Oz, the other was Wizard, and the other was Gaim, and they're still going with the present. So pretty much the trifecta, right? Well, yeah, skipping Forza. But we did actually have...
Well, they did appear in Forza for the prom episode.
Yeah. But again, when Forza was around, there was, at least counting those 3, there was like... It was a total of 9. Now it's just whittled down to 3. The former members were based off of Ryuki, Kiba, Blade, Deno, Fies, and Forza.
Yeah, their most recent studio album was from 2022. Where
Reincarnation, yeah.
where they did 50th anniversaries of Switch on WBX and Break the Chain,
Yeah, I know. I've
and
heard
several
those. I'm
character
like,
songs.
well, I can understand why some people love them and some people hate them. They do some version of the songs really well. That was the first time, like I said, I ever heard "Let's Go Kamen Rider."
Hmm.
So fine, and yeah, there is a thing with the combat girls because it's only 3 members. That's why I was like, wait. I remember that there was at least like 6 or something members to these girls. So why are there's only 3? No, as of right now, it's only 3,
Yeah,
and we don't know if they're actually like voiced or performed by the 3. So, because again, we have this whole like thing with the Yakuza members, and they're just like, again, I'm like, yeah, well, that is a thing in Japan. Idol culture is a thing, and it's kind of like no different than in America going to like some concert or festival. It's just a thing that people do. Although I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the motive here with these guys, because again, we do see our Yakuza guy here hasn't really been said like what has happened to the gang. If he's in charge of it now, he's now part of Shocker. But it's like, so what's gonna happen? What's up? What is the dealings of the underworld? No, we're gonna go to some J-pop idol group
because the
with
three goons are just big fans
the
of
big
the
big
combat girls.
hey man, let's not throw shade on the fandoms, okay? There
Hey,
are
well, I'm
fans.
not throwing shade, but the thing is, he's clearly not enjoying himself at first. But then,
But then he finally and he gets that look like you were just at a Stevie Nicks concert and it just like, oh, she's coming, she's like, I need twirling room, like, yeah, that's that level, like you bitched and griped the whole right here, like, I can't fucking believe I'm here, and then you finally hear the music and you're like, I think we lost them. I swear to God, if you start doing Shocker, a Shocker girls, I'm out. I'm done. Have the Kamen Rider girls done a tribute to Shocker? I think they have.
yeah.
I think they have. Let me see. Singles. Let's go Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider V3. Last Engage. Just the beginning. Go get them. Oh, they did do the Shocker, the Shocker Shockdists. They did do the actual march for Shocker.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we might get to see that in this show. Who knows? But we don't last long with the Yakuza boss, because we go back to the aftermath of the tournament, and yeah, Inichi decides to kick everyone out because this is his house. I'm like, you dumbass, you brought, and it's like apparently 3 hours to get back. Question: so it took you 3 hours to get there, and then 3. So are we still in Hokkaido or are we somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
That's a question. I'm like, so wait. Where exactly? I know we're on the island of Hokkaido because obviously, like the bear, the geography, but where exactly were you guys? And where exactly are we right now? Because it's like the biggest mainland city in Hokkaido is Sapporo. There might be a few others, obviously, but I'm like, that's the only one that I can name off of the top of my head. But it took them 3 hours to get out there, and it's going to take them another 3 hours to get back. So technically, for me, that would be like driving all the way up to like Volta, California, I guess. You're not even going to give me a place to stay. Each of you suck.
Yeah.
You fucking suck, you damn asshole. But yeah, everyone just decides to get on the bus and the train and go back to living their regular lives, I guess, eating takoyakis in an apartment once decked out with fan gear and reminiscing about what just happened. Don't know. I wonder. I really wonder. Like,
but while people are cozy asleep, you cars can't help but feel like, well, to quote a song that gives me anxiety, in this society, someone is watching me.
Yeah, baby girl, literally, she's got the whole like someone's watching her.
Yeah,
like something's up. Something doesn't feel right. Like I won. I kicked ass. I did everything, but I still feel like something is up.
And then we go cut to Zoran Blitz coming out of an alleyway. Like, I know her name's like Rika, but I'm gonna call her Zoran Blitz. Blitz still works, first of all.
Yeah.
But it's mostly a Helsing reference, and it is Christmas season, so well, right now it's Hanukkah season. In 8 days, it will be Christmas season.
Yeah,
but
kind of makes you wonder what is it with this woman? Like obviously she's like the enforcer. She's the one that takes care of the rogues, obviously, and that's fine. That's fine. Like everyone needs one of those, especially I'm like, yeah, apparently the brainwashing is wearing off on many of these guys. Must have not been a very strong brainwashing then. But yeah, I think Eucharist actually knows something. That's why she feels uneasy, because she knows, like, hey, my brainwashing is worn off. But yeah, what does this very tall, very powerful Dami Mommy gonna do? Because you can't just leave us on a cliffhanger like that. I'm like, are we gonna see more action next episode? Are we gonna throw down?
Well, I know that someone's gonna dial G for Geldom.
I don't know. But yeah, that was episode number 11. Tackle is the strongest. Baby girl actually won, but she still got to go home to grade papers for school the next day.
Okay. Now I know that there's one thing I'm definitely not looking forward to in the next episode. Her student.
Is he coming back?
Well, she's got to return those graded tests sooner or later.
Look, I'm like, in terms of the student, look, okay, yeah, for shame on you. Really, for shame on you. But again, I still put it down as this. You were going to, or you were thinking in your head that you're going to try to
blackmail.
I wouldn't say SA. Blackmail, yeah. But I'm like, your thoughts and your little head, your little tween head against a woman who literally kicked like the ass of a man who is far beyond a human specimen Well, two men technically. Let's put Mitsuba in that category, and a fucking weeb. I'm talking about you, Ichi. You know, your whole plan was to just have your way with her because of blackmail. Good luck, man. Good luck.
You're gonna have fantasies about your teacher. At least have romantic fantasies.
Yeah. Well, again, he's
I can't stop you from having naughty thoughts about people you should not be having naughty thoughts about, but at least wine and dine.
Again, I'm gonna sound like an old fossil here, but it's like, again, I only say this just because, and this is not something that I condone either. But you know what? We've all been males, guys. We've all been through it. Boys will be boys with their thoughts, but to go and actually try to make this happen, no.
You ain't Adam Sandler from That's My Boy.
Yeah, that ain't gonna that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I remember one time when I was in school, someone actually shot their shot with the teacher in front of everybody and kept doing it. And well, let's just say it didn't end well. It didn't end well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, fine, but it's like, again, it's one thing. You're not having romantic thoughts. You're having elusive lewd thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And proper, because again, hormones and all that stuff, it's really fucking with your head right now. But don't do it. Just don't. I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel like picking him up like this and then just dunking him into the cold water bath. I'm like, are you done? Did you get it out of your system? Go rub one out. Go do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a Japanese playgirl. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Note what I just said. If you get it, you get it. Anyway, yeah, that was episode 11 of Tojima Tonzaburo Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. I don't know if Ichigo would be ashamed of him or be proud of how he went about this, but we are certainly proud that Human Tackle got the respect that she deserved.
Yeah, for me, this episode is definitely a 10.
Yeah, no, the last two were definitely up there. I'm like, put this down as one of the greatest fight scenes of 2025. Okay, I mean legitimate fighting, not throwing like mystical powers or stretching your body to like a cartoon level length or whatever. It's actual fighting, like stuff that you're like, this is definitely the stuff of legends.
I'll even take it a step further. I'll rank this into the top 10 tournament arcs in anime history.
Yeah, and there are a lot. There are a hell of a lot.
And I'm not even a fan of tournament arcs.
No, whenever they say tournament arcs now in anime, I kind of just like, oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because again, what is that? It's just filler.
It's like this. I'm going to confess a little bit of cognitive dissonance on my end. Maybe it isn't dissonance, but I'm just going to assume it is. I dislike tournament arcs indiscriminately, and that includes the Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho. But I will fight to the death in saying Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho is the best tournament arc in anime history. Because even in a genre of tropes I'm not a fan of, I still have taste of like what's the best and worst example of that trope that I'm not a fan of. But with that in mind, this tournament arc, top 10, maybe on the low end, but still top 10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It legitimately did show us like, the lengths and the strength of people of what it is that they're gonna prove. I know it's some dorky weeb fight of who is better, who is stronger. Like I would legitimately love to see some dorks actually like, who could beat up Goku, but put your money where your mouth is and actually fight. If someone says Sailor Moon can beat up Goku, well, then you best get ready to throw hands, dude, because this is exactly what happened. Each and every one of these people were like, no, Rider Man, no V3, no Ichigo, no Tackle. And they put their money where their mouth was. And guess what? Not even the dorkiest of dorks won this fight. It was the person who literally had not only the love, but the passion, but the strength to do it.
You know,
I would have thought Tojima had a good shot. I'm like, well, maybe, but I guess
I would have thought it was weird if Yukars would end up winning. I didn't put any money on it. I'm just saying it'd be interesting.
Yukarius was just like, again, she's like, I know I'm gonna get shit for this. She is like, if this is a whole group of weebs and nerds, she is. And I say this, she is the cute girl, the hot girl that's just getting into the cosplay or into the fandom because
her boyfriend's into it.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, no. As much as I hate invoking this sitcom because I'm not a fan of it, but it's basically Big Bang Theory and Yukara's is Penny.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like she's just the eye candy, technically, because we do see some moments of her, like, acting the magical girl and then, like, her civilian outfits and everything like that. I'm like, yeah, she's like the hot girl that cosplays merely for the likes instead of the passion or the craft of it all. Or as we say, for the hunt. You're not doing it because of the hunt. You're doing it because I get the likes. So I said what I said.
Yeah.
If you like Yukars, I like her too. But you got.
By the way, have you ever watched a movie called Sergeant Bilko?
I don't know if I have.
Steve Martin and Steve Martin's in it.
I think I have. I just don't. I remember the title. I just don't remember the movie.
Yeah. So basically, Master Sergeant Bilko, played by Steve Martin. Actually, put simply, it's basically a military version of Flubber. It even has a hover tank. It's literally the same movie as Flubber, like down to like always being late to a wedding and then having an excuse for it and stuff. Anyway, but the reason I bring it up is because they have a rule in their platoon where, like, if you say anything, you got to put your money where your mouth is. So one particular soldier said, "I feel as strong as a horse," which is a common idiom to say, by the way. And like, because he said, "I feel as strong as a horse," it's like, yeah, you want to put money on that? And of course, the entire squad is just like putting bets on whether or not he could beat a horse in a tug of war. Naturally, he lost, but still, like, but that explains why we walk into a guy having tug of war with a horse, because he said, "I feel as strong as a horse," and he had to put his money where his mouth was.
Well, again, if some people want to throw the arguments about, like, who would win in a fight, I'm like, well, here it was, man. Here it was. They didn't just argue. They literally threw down, and we saw it. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it's like, well, who we thought was going to win, it wasn't really it.
Yeah, no, like, so, yeah, I really hope that there ends up being a character whose favorite writer is Sky Rider. And like, I'm not trying to like push like, oh yeah, Sky Rider's the best season from the show era. No, like, I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that Sky Rider was basically the original Decade because in the second half he has the powers of all the previous 7 riders. So it's like, given the argument that V3 is stronger than Ichigo because he has both Ichigo's and Nigo's powers, it's like, but then
Then wouldn't Sky Rider be the penultimate?
Or the ultimate? Since he has Ichigo's and
Well,
Egos and
again,
V3's powers and
put
Sky
them
Riders
in
and
the-
X's and Amazons and Strongers.
If you really think so, put it down, dude. Put down the belt, put down your money, and throw down. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Anyways, it
Oh,
would have been fun.
all
All right,
right.
let's look at the comments. Yuriko had no chill. She takes out everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, baby had no fucking chill at all. She's like, bring them all. Like, she literally called everybody out. Bring me Ichigo, bring me Nigo, bring me Sky Rider, bring me Black, bring me Shin, bring me Oz, bring me Decade, bring me fucking Z-O. I'll fucking take all these bitches down. I'm like, baby,
Calm down.
the fire. Maybe we should. Get all these fucking Heisei riders here. Let's see if you can take down Yuriko. Seriously.
Yeah.
I want to see this crap. I want to no gimmicks, no nothing. Bring up all the gimmicks. Guy, bring up all the damn fruit. Let's see. I bet you Yuriko would have kicked her ass.
With karate, I'll kick your butt. Here to Tiananmen Square. Oh yeah, I'm gonna kick your derriere. Yeah, yeah. You broke the rules. Now I'll pull out all your hair. That's Stacia's D, by the way. Yeah, and the theme song to Yu Yu Hakusho abridged. V3 weeps at the mental weakness of his successor.
You know what? Inichi is again, when you compare him to everyone else, it's like he wants to say that he's the superior one when what makes you the superior one? Because of V3?
Because you can do that one move, you're a one-trick pony.
Yeah, there's really nothing about you. I'm like, again, we see Tojima breaking trees and fighting bears. We have seen Ruriko take on shocker combatants and working out and honing her own power. Mitsuba, we didn't really know nothing until the arc, until we saw but my boy is cut. My boy, he don't slouch. He actually took on Aikido and several martial arts, and he's also very, very maintained. Not bad. I can't throw salt on him. I thought he was just some guy. No. I mean, even Yukara is okay, well, you're a teenage girl and you got your teenage girl strength amped by 2. So what does that mean? You could lift maybe 150 at most. Good for you. You are enhanced. You do have powers. But what does Inichi have? What does he have? We've seen nothing. Even that whole pathetic thing of him thinking of her while he's in bed. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, whenever I watch Inichi and Mitsuba, I can't help but think about Blake and Hunter from Ninja Storm because Blake is the younger, more sociable one, while Hunter's the more stoic one who, let's be honest, is secretly a dork.
It even was the same with the Go Riders. It's again, it was Blue or it was Navy who was the one that was big brother. Maybe we should, and of course and then later on in the show, Crimson or Burgundy here is such we made him seem like such a badass. I'm yeah, well they are, but it's it doesn't help that you want to be a badass, but you cry over cute kitten videos. The bad boy image just shot out the window. Or you're a fan of of idols, and not just any idols, but the really poppy idols. I'm yeah, that whole badass motif thing, that whole leather and badassery has gone out the window. And Inichi is seriously the same thing. Same thing goes for Hunter. It's yeah, he was kind of badass in the beginning, but then afterwards it's You collect Digimon cards, not even Pokemon, and your favorite Digimon isn't Agumon? No.
I mean, I like Tentomon and Gomamon and Armadillomon.
Obviously, like Adventure One, obviously, but I'm like, but you give me.
Okay. I go to other seasons too. Like if that's a problem for you, okay. I like Renamon.
You start throwing in obscure, like, wait, who is that? Oh, I like Wagumon, and then that turns into Tapirmon. I'm like, you mean
Tapirmon?
What? It's like, like, again, I know what you're talking about, but I'm like, that is such an obscure. It's kind of like, again, someone says like, oh, I like Pokemon. I bet you're gonna say your favorite are the starters or the evolutions. But with that, it's like, no, we kind of like with that. But when someone says, no, my favorite Pokemon from Gen 1 was actually like Psyduck or Staryu or like Oddish.
Okay, you know who is a very obscure Digimon I like? Metal Life Kawagamon.
Oh, that is obscure.
Yeah, a little less obscure. I like Minervamon.
Yeah. Well, again, with Time Strangers, everyone now knows who Minervamon is.
I never played Time Strangers.
No. But again, because she's always existed within the universe, but Time Stranger made it more popular. Although I was like hoping that her other form, not just the awakened form, was available. And I mean like the one where she turns chibi and she wields a big ass fucking sword. It's like, wait, what? Yeah. She went from regular size to being a little fairy and wielding a gigantic freaking Buster Blade.
Yeah. Bonwumon's also pretty cool.
But again, it's like where when it comes down to obscureness, it's like, when it comes down to like saying, oh hey, but when it comes down to the mainstream, it's like, no, what is an obscure? What is something that like not the evolutions, not the starters that like use them? Like,
okay. You know what's one of my favorite obscure Pokemon? Low Kicks.
Oh yeah. The Kamen Rider one.
Yeah. And more specifically, it's based on Black.
Yeah, it's based on Black. Yeah, we have.
But I remember when they announced the Loyal Trio. People were complaining about it. They said, "Oh my god, these Pokemon are so ugly. What is the Game Freak even thinking?" But I'm like, not being quick to judge. I'm like, hold on, we got a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. Oh my god, they're doing Momotaro. This is like the best thing ever. How are you not getting how awesome this is?
Because weebs don't know history or lore, dude. Like, again, I saw the monkey, the pheasant, and the dog, and I'm like,
I was like right away, I'm like, oh my god, it's Momotaro.
It's literally, and I'm like, again, it's a culture thing, but I'm like, that's that's Momotaro. That is what it is. And
like the next thing you're gonna tell me is that there's going to be like a trio where it's like one's a monkey, one's a pig, and one's kind of Kappa-ish because of
we do
Turn to the West.
Yeah, technically we do have them, and it's like, you guys. You're like the lore about like the legendary birds and the dogs. I'm like,
I remember when people complained about Great Thunder. He's like, look what they did to my boy Raikou. I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Great Thunder's an amazing design. He's a Barontosaurus. Baranta means thunder. He's a thunder lizard. It's perfect.
But
in fact, I like it more than like the Wake one and whatever Entei became. It's like it's supposed to be a Triceratops, but it looks more like
the stereotypes or whatever it was.
Yeah, but the point is, like turning Raiko into Brontosaur was like one of the coolest ideas ever. How are you letting that?
I thought it made sense. I'm like, yeah, he's got like the big clouds and whatnot. So it's a Brontosaurus, but look at it. It looks like lightning hitting the ground.
Yeah, and more importantly, Brontosaurus means thunder lizard.
Again, weebs don't know science, nor do they know history. So, anyway, next question.
All right. We got a new commenter. Hello, Fizri12. Love the Spider-Man logo, by the way. Never went to Japan. Well, I know I'm going next year, so you know.
It's a lovely place, but I do tell everyone you're going to an island.
Yes.
Let me just make that very clear. You're going to an island.
Which means it's going to be insanely hot and insanely cold.
Yeah. And again, water surrounding, and it's an island. So comfy shoes, you know. And if you're going to be fashionable, make it sparingly. Okay? Make it sparingly.
See, like the closest, like in terms of environment I've ever been to that is Republic Dominican and the Yucatan Peninsula.
Also, carry around a trash bag in your backpack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because they don't have trash cans in public places. And weirdly, there's no littering. Who thought?
No, and if they find you littering, that's a big no-no.
Oh, yeah. Also, I noticed that at least in time-lapse videos, I don't see a lot of homeless people.
No, but you do see a lot of people, especially in the metro areas, sleeping on benches and stuff like that, but they're not homeless.
Yeah, benches. Yeah. Because it's
the work culture. Say what you will, but I mean, yeah. I have seen it. I'm like, they just train stopped. They got to get back to work, and then getting a hotel or a capsule room just isn't like possible right now. Like,
what I do know is I am dying to go to Mandarake.
A lot of rare items at Mandrake. I've been to 3 Mandrake locations, and every time I went, I found some beautiful rare items.
Was Nagoya one of them?
One was in Akihabara. The other one, I believe, was in Shibuya, but that was the underground one. I actually went down like 4 flights of stairs. It looked like it was a bunker down there. That's where I got some of the CSI or figures of olds. So, you know, lot of and again, the one in Akihabara is like I think 10 stories. So
yeah, because the one that when I do online shopping, I would say 90% of the merch I bought for them or from the Nagoya location. Somehow Nagoya has the items that I specifically want most of the time. That's crazy.
But of course, to our California friends, there is an anime jungle in Akihabara, and baby, did they hook me up?
Yeah, it's okay. Mitsubaru's with her. Yeah, most Shakugan bands are probably just a loner before. Yeah, I think I've mentioned the 1981 film The Wave. It's definitely available on YouTube.
A lot of them seem like just random. Like again, we saw it when Eucharist like called them out. Was they were all just like businessmen or people like just on the street, random vagabonds and whatever that were just around. So I'm like, well, all right, but.
I love how in John Wick, Lawrence Fishburne's entire army are all just disguised as homeless people throughout New York.
Well, again, why would
that's the best way to get around unnoticed?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. No, we don't have time for Asano. and let's hope we never have time for Asano. We're gonna focus on Ichio's. Oh, jeez.
Mm. What?
I've been there when I was a teenager.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Yeah. But just like Asano, only fantasy. When Kasane got married to their teacher, yeah. Yeah. Now I'm proud of everybody. I mean, yeah, I'm proud of all 5 characters.
Oh, yeah, all 5 pretty much showed what they got. I just wish that, like, obviously Eucharist needs a little bit more. But of course the impending Dami mommy over here that's showing up. I'm like, what's gonna happen with that?
Yeah. I love this tournament arc. Yeah, we love it too, dude.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's all good. At least with this tournament, they know their weakness.
Yeah. Like, what happens when they finally do confront like the Spider-Man again? What happens if Shocker shows up? Like, do they now you can improve on what you know? So,
yeah, Yukis has been fun. I like her relationship.
So the woman has passion and love, just not strength.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and commenting. We love you guys. Please, if you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos and share videos because it helps us out with the algorithms. We do Tojima Tansabaro wants to be a Kamen Rider Black, Kamen Rider Z. I'm sporting the shirt right now, as you can see. I'm fully, geared out, right here. I am on it. Also, we got Ultraman Omega and number 1 Sentai Go Juger. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss various movies, TV shows, and more. We post vlogs and interviews on that channel, as well as this one. Our most recent uploads include our visits to the Blue Oyster Cult concert in Anaheim, and we revisit a concert of Sailor Moon Super Live from earlier this March. And just so you guys know, there is a magical girl transformation in that video, so definitely check that out. And of course, on this channel, we have a lot of interviews that we've uploaded earlier this year, so definitely check those out as well. Our most recent interview on the other channel was Sam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm blanking right now. Yeah, Marin. Sam Marin, who played Muscle Man, Pops, and Benson in the regular show. One of my most favorite TV shows. Definitely watch it if you need a show to binge watch and have a great time. Yeah, we got 4 more interviews and 1 more vlog left to do. And we're going to try to get as many of them done before the end of the year as possible. But on this channel, this weekend, in honor of 3,000 subscribers and our 7-year anniversary, we'll be reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
Boy, we're going to beat this dead horse.
Yeah. And of course, it's weird that we haven't beaten it yet. So,
that's because everyone was doing it. And I'm like, we don't follow the crowds, man. We go by our own beats.
Yeah. We beat to the sound of a drum. Actually, I got my drumsticks right here. They're not bocce, but I have my bocce over there, but I'm just not going to go over there. So definitely check all that content out. Check out our personal socials. We're both on Instagram. We love to say hi and everything. Also, if you want to say hi to us in person, we will be at the Pasadena Convention Center on January 25th for Pasadena Comic-Con. Then we're going to go to the Burbank Marriott Convention Center for Robo Toy Fest on May 31st. And then we're going back to Pasadena Convention Center on August 25th through, August 28th through the 30th for Power Morphicon. I'm excited. I can't wait. 20th anniversary of Mystic Force. Let's go. Needless to say, I can't wait to come back 2 years later. On top of that, in what's it called, the 2028 for the 20th anniversary of my favorite season, Jungle Fury. So it's perfect that Morphicon's gonna fall on that anniversary in particular. I'm excited for that. But that's 2 years. But that's 2 years from then. Let's focus on 2026. You know, in any case, 3 amazing conventions for us to say hi to you guys in person, and we love you guys, so we want to say hi to you guys in person. But until next time, please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, have a good night's sleep, because it is 12:30 where we currently are as of the time of this recording. So, you know, we hope you have a wonderful night and you don't have to deal with any nightmares, because we want everyone to have a good morning. We'll see you guys again real soon. Goodbye.
Night, guys.